Great.
Just happy to be here.
Welcome. Nice to see you. Tony, you're up.
There again, you guys have my most up-to-date report from the company again for this month. Since the last meeting, there's been 19 calls again. 11 of those have been in the township. And when you have a chance to look over it, they're the usual, not so much in the ways of the lifting assistance much, but it's been trees and the vehicle accidents have picked up, which is why would ask, and I'm going to make a phone call myself from the township to our good friends at PennDOT to see if they would actually this time come down and go over the timing of the traffic lights. Not that distracted driving doesn't play a part in some of that. There's too many near misses there. It doesn't matter what time of the year or day it is. There's just too many directions for them to. And with the fatality that we've had there recently is the reason for my call again. So I really don't like participating in that if I don't have to. So I'm gonna give him a phone call. I still have his number, Marissa, and I'll try and contact them guys this week.
Just so you know, we had met with, what was the lady's name? District manager.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. And we had a long meeting with her, about over a month ago now, I guess. And that was something that we said and we brought up. And sometimes you're on that, no matter where you're at, sometimes you get 3 cars through and then people are running because they've been sitting there and it's not right, but they're just not right. And we've talked to them about that at least a half dozen times, various different people, so.
The worst one's coming off the exit.
And when they're both like
that's like
We're getting on the end. We're getting on there.
That's
awful.
That's a fly zone there.
And then the other side coming off of out of Millbrook Plaza.
Yeah, it's
now Keystone Central Drive coming down. They seem to have that light coordinated with the electronic sensor a little better.
Yeah. Well, I mean the sensors for us when we have to go through there with the unit. I mean those things are working great. But it's just the fact that there's too much leeway there. The lights, stay green one way too long, and then they get that yellow, and then that
not even 45 seconds.
Yeah, then the right foot goes down a little quicker, and then there's been many near misses there. So we need to touch base with them and see if they actually will come down and look at it.
Very good. Anything else, Tony?
That's all I have.
Thank you so
Unless
much.
you guys have something for me.
I don't believe so. Anybody? Michelle? Yep.
Yes, thank you. Mr. McGee, this is for you. I searched the dockets. I am one of the founders along with Michael Remick of the Clinton County Watchdog Group. And in the dockets was your name. So I went and I got the complaint that was filed on you. And it turns out in your capacity as a township supervisor, on 11/29 of 23, at approximately 07:47 hours, Game Warden Garrett Fallon was investigating a complaint of a large deer deceased in a field when its head cut off in a mowed field near the Bald Eagle Township building. That's how it's written, sorry. Located at 12 Fairpoint Road, Bald Eagle Township, Clinton County, PA. Mm-hmm. While investigating, the defendant, Kenneth McGee, shut the access gate to a mowed field owned by the township that Game Warden Fallon was parked at, impeding Fallon's exit from the property. McGee identified himself as township supervisor and demanded answers to questions regarding why Warden Fallon was on the property. Warden Fallon advised McGee he was an official game commission business. Warden Fallon advised McGee that he can't shut the gate, to which McGee related he can shut the gate if he wants to. McGee was verbally offensive during the verbal altercation, causing a scene. So, you received charges. Do you have anything in response that you would like our 52 members to know?
I'd have a lot of things to let you know. This incident happened right there. If you look out there, there's a gated road. There's no trespassing on each side. No trespassing, you no trespassing. Number two, when I seen a vehicle sitting out there on the other side of that milling pile, I seen the front fender. I did not know who it was when I shut the gate. And I have the right to shut the gate if I don't know who's out there. I'm responsible for that property and all equipment here. The guy could have stopped here in the office and asked the secretary or asked employees that he was going out. Don't go out there and half hide. I'm tired of cleaning people's stuff up.
Well, that's a very interesting approach, but this was a member of law enforcement.
When it's out there, I don't know who it was. I didn't even see a person out there when I shut it. All I seen was the front fender of the truck.
It seems like a very aggressive manner in order to deal with the situation. Why didn't you just approach the vehicle and ask him who he was?
Because I didn't feel like walking 500 feet. Why didn't he just stop here at the front door when it was open?
Because he doesn't have to.
I think he does have to.
No.
Okay, well, I guess you know more about the law than the lawyers do. Second of all, investigating something, whatever it was, criminal, whatever. This deer been lying for 2 months in that soybean field over there. Not out here. Over here, 900 feet away. Now let's be reasonable here. It laid there 2 months. And then finally somebody cut its head off. And then, if I'm such a bad person, I showed him where it was. Afterwards, walked over to it, and it laid there till it dissolved.
So the claims that you were belligerent are not correct.
I got excited when somebody tells me they don't have to ask permission to go on posted property. I'm sorry about that. That's posted. And there's big signs on each side of that gate. Well visible.
Well, thank you very much for what you had to say. I will be following this, and I'll make sure that this gets out. The reason doing so is that as an elected official, you're held to a higher standard than those of your constituents.
I am held to higher standards and I'm responsible for this property. Trespassing is trespassing.
And you're
if
also,
he was in the shed running around, it'd be the same thing.
And you're also supposed to be a good leader.
I am. I think I've done
Setting a
quite
good
well here in 9 years I've been here.
And not being belligerent with law enforcement.
That's your opinion against mine.
We'll see what the courts say.
I guess we will.
Thank you.
On top of this, well, I want to, whatever expense is going to occur here, it's not costing the township taxpayers. No, I'm taking care of this myself.
Correct.
So put that in your
Thank you.
Clinton County watchdog or whatever it is too.
I will.
Clarify that.
I will.
I'm just wondering, have you ever been sued for defamation of character? Because I thought the law states in Pennsylvania, which the old retired magistrates explained to me, you are innocent till proven guilty.
This is very true, but also...
Well, the way you was running me down on this, whatever this Clinton County, that wasn't very nice, the articles I read. And I think you should get the facts before you start getting on whatever it is.
I have what's available to the public.
What's that?
I have what is available to the public. This is exactly what we run on. And for the record, as a public official, you are held to a different degree of scrutiny, which is why I can write these things about you. The expectation is that you will behave better than somebody such as myself.
Was you here?
No.
No, it's what you're going by what his statement is against mine. So I don't think that's very fair.
I got your statement.
Well, you don't want to listen to mine. You're just taking that. There's two sides to every story.
You haven't even read what I'm about to write. How do you know what I'm going to say?
Well, I know you'll run me down like you did on this earlier article, and I don't know. It's being taken care of by myself, and my understanding is I was doing everything that I'm supposed to do when you take the oath to be supervisor here. You're responsible for property and equipment. And when it states no trespassing, it's no trespassing on a gated road. Go on the game commission property once you go on one of their gated roads and see what happens. They'll give you a big citation. And that's posted no trespassing. And everything's still right there at the ditch. Nothing's changed. And all this wouldn't have come around if somebody would have just stopped that morning and let somebody know that you're going out there. But when you go out there and half-eyed, I did not know who it was, number one. I seen the front fender of a truck. So, right there is when it started. I did not know who it was. But whoever it was, they should have asked. Or parked there and walked out. But the thing is, on your probable cause, it's not there. It's clear over in that big field. On the other side of the state highway. So we got to limit here on probable cause and people just come in and start nosing around. Especially when it's posted no trespassing. Township use only. Big signs above that too. And they're still there. If you want to take a picture of them.
I will.
Well, it's right out there. You're more than welcome to look at it.
Do you have anything else?
No, thank you.
Jimmy, how are you?
I come here just to listen.
I'm sorry?
I come here just to listen.
Okay, very good. Always welcome. Michael,
Hi, Steve.
how are you? Long time no see.
I'm really fine. Steve, would it be okay to approach and come a bit closer? I have a hearing impediment.
Surely.
That way I won't be able to miss anything.
Yep.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, real nice to see you. You're looking well.
Yeah, that guy is. We're all first word guy.
Yeah. I enjoy that first word picnic every year. We had a nice turnout again this year. I'm sorry. I don't want to stand in front of everybody. I'm
You
sorry.
can take a chair there, or pull one of these.
Well, this will be all right. This will be
Okay,
pretty.
fine, yeah.
Thanks for receiving us. Along with Michelle Whitney, we together administer the Clinton County Watchdog site. It consists now of 5,200 members. It's a private Facebook site. From the very beginning, we determined that we weren't going to charge fees for anybody. It's all free. We don't accept any advertising either. This isn't about money to us. It's intended as a media site for residents of Clinton County and even beyond, to contribute and have their say on matters of mostly government. Having said all that, we've had complaints, and there's been a post in regards to Camelot Estates. Now, I'm supposed to, over the years, you good folks get a lot of complaints about Camelot Estates, one thing or another. But I'm not here to address a whole host of complaints, excepting just one. And I realize that Waterloo Township and you good folks don't maintain the roads over there in Camelot Estates. I trust that they're privately owned, and that would fall under the Camelot property owners. But having said that, Steve, and folks, thanks for having me. That road, the roads over there are in very, very poor repair to the extent I've never seen such poor repair. There's significant sized potholes over there of circumference is vast, and the depth of the potholes is deep, and it seems to me it's quite a hazard. So I thought to come here to see if there's any ordinance in place for things like that that would maybe prompt the ownership over there to start repairing those potholes. And in the meantime, having said that, I wanted to come here about that. And then also, as an aside to that, I've since had a communication with Danny Allman, who's in charge of maintenance over there at that property. And he's interested in sitting down to chat with me too, to see what can be done. But having said that, that's the reason I'm here. The condition of those roads over there is very, very poor. I consider it a hazard. Not trying to be whiny and nitpicky, it's just something needs done. And if you have any suggestions for me, or how to proceed, or if there's some kind of ordinance in place for road repair on properties like that, I don't know. But thanks for receiving.
No, you're always welcome.
Thank you,
We're here for, we're on the same team. Believe it or not, we're here to serve our constituents.
I know that you
I'm
are.
not always in agreement with everything from everybody, but we try.
Yeah, same here.
The
We don't have to agree.
Yeah, to answer your question, and I'm not saying we disagree, I'm not disagreeing.
All right.
First and foremost, you are 100% correct. It is private property. Believe it or not, we really haven't had a lot of complaints from anybody for over there. And as I had, when I heard about it,
Oh, okay.
obviously I've been over several times,
Well,
and
thank
looked
you.
around, and, what you need to know is, even the road going, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it, between the Chinese restaurant, variety buffet, and the bank.
The road that you.
Yeah, that is a private road, believe it or not.
Oh, that is also.
Yes, that's not ours, it has an ingress and egress. The other road, which is on, I believe, the Draketown Road, which is the other inside of it, it's not the true ingress or egress, is a public road that we take. With that said, as you go there, and we've taken some pictures, and it's the same thing, and I only did this because I heard, there are no trespassing, private property. It is, you're 100% correct, it is privately owned, it is owned by a person, and he is responsible through the leases for upgrade, maintenance, and such. I also went to the next step, and not to be smart, but just to keep you abreast of it.
Thank you.
There's $215 in annual property taxes paid on that property, with all the rents that go in, with all the, with all the,
Holy jeepers.
service, makes it difficult. And lastly, and then I'm gonna open it up to these two guys, and Marissa, they're all probably more well-versed than I am. Right now, our township is in a rapid growth. I mean, it's a difficult township. We go from Amish schools and burial grounds to facilities that we have for storage, to, we've been blessed with great growth and development in our business district. We have the Central Mountain High School. You go out, where my township supervisor friend and lives out on different roads there, and there's mountain ground, there's open ground, there's mass acre, there's farmers, there's lots of places that, we have people, a couple places that don't want to cut their grass, but then we have other places, the farmers say, please don't do this, because I feed I grow hay and make livestock feed. So we're in a real change. We have a couple really great growing new homes and such happening, development-wise. So other places, there's outhouses with camps still, and it's unique.
It is.
And with that said, we do have a planning commission. We are trying to look and be fair with looking at some ordinances that may be all enhancing and be able to touch. The problem is, you can't select ordinances selectively. You can't say, you don't have to cut the grass, you have to cut the grass. You can have roosters, you can't. We can grow corn here. And it's really a hodgepodge mess. And this township is very unique. And I don't know if you know this, but it was one of the oldest and largest townships in the history of the United States of America.
Fair size.
Yeah, it is. And with that said, we have it in our planning commission hands now. We are looking into some of these things, and your points are all well taken. You can't argue, the roads are in bad shape over there. We have friends and people that are here, and that we talk to quite a bit, and we get it. But that's my feel, and the truth, the whole truth, as far as I can tell you. And Kenny, Mike, Marissa, please feel free to add anything to Michael.
Steve, let me add, I don't mean to interrupt you folks for your contribution, but Steve, let me add this. I'm not for a minute requesting the township to take taxpayer funds and do anything to that road. That's not fair to any taxpayer. It is privately owned. My purpose was to see what can be done, if anything, to prompt some repair over there. But sorry to interrupt. Please.
No, believe me, this is the first true conversation we've had. Correct, Kenny? You have any? Sean?
I'll add to it.
Thank you.
Knowing that it was complained about, I did take a look back at some records to see if I could find anything land development wise. Is there any level we can hold them to? And I didn't find anything. And that's not surprising, it's 30 plus years old. I didn't look upstairs though, because I was kind of waiting to see for the board's direction if they wanted me to, because we have records upstairs that go way back. And I have a hard time believing they would be up there because all our land development stuff, we have it all in one file.
Well,
But
King
there's
Arthur
a
Drive
chance,
was before 1972.
Yeah.
there's a chance that it's up there. But
Well,
I looked through the ordinances, there's nothing we have that would pinpoint that. So that's my probably only bet as far as what would be in existence when it was approved. But like I said, I didn't find anything to date.
Well, I appreciate that. I thought to plant the seeds for thought. Again, I find the road to be a significant disrepair, and, you know, I think anybody deserves better than that. Again, not asking for you good folks or township taxpayers to repair it, that wouldn't be fair to anybody. But, if there's something that could be done to prompt them to get cracking.
This
get big.
may be the ticket.
Yeah.
Well, it is, and moreover, with the 5,200 members, many of them Clinton County folks, many of them, your constituents here, of course, the seed now is planted in the public.
That's correct.
And we've had a lot of folks now get interested in the condition of it, to the extent that Mr. Allman has said, geez, what's me? So, that sounds like a positive step. We'll see. Maybe calling public attention to this will prompt those folks to help out. We'll see. But thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you, thank you.
I have one more thing to add.
Please, go.
Years ago, I know, Tony, you may recall this, there was an incident in the township where the driveway was unfit for apparatus to get up.
Which one?
Plunkett Run.
There's many.
That incident had me thinking was, if the roads are that bad, which I don't know, I didn't travel them, and the fire company deemed them unsafe, we've sent letters in the past, and I know a letter without merit, but requesting something may help support the direction you're trying to go,
Thank
and
you.
with the fire department's support as well.
A couple roads, well, you're probably acquainted with it over the years,
Yes,
of course,
absolutely.
but a couple of parallel roads aren't too bad. It's those that intersect or what, say perpendicular, Steve. I mean, they're really bad. Not only circumference, but they're deep. And those folks deserve it. I repaired the road the same as anybody else. And I appreciate you receiving me. Thank you very much. And nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Michael. It's been a long time.
Has been.
Yeah, thank you.
See, could I say something to
Sure,
that,
yes.
if you don't mind?
No.
I lived there for quite a few years in Camelot, and I live on King Arthur. Our road isn't too bad, but the problem is, in order to fix them roads, they gotta dig them up. I mean, totally strip them. They have to get a new base down. And problem is, and it's a problem we had before, you fix them roads, that'll become a speed hump.
They become what?
People just fly down it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Now, we have kids that play on them roads.
Yes, you do.
They have them posted 10 miles an hour. You show me, basically, anybody who's down that road at 10 miles an hour.
Well, I cannot do that, sir. I don't know. I can
I
get
mean,
over there. I
I'm
trust what you're saying to be true.
But the bottom line is, they were supposed to fix them and put speed bumps in. Now, it's also wrote there that if they put speed bumps in, and somebody busts the tire, Camelot is how responsible for that tire. Which way do you go, sir?
Well, I don't know. I have some thoughts on it. I don't know if they'd be any good or not, but having said that, from a cost efficiency standpoint, and this is more a question than a statement, I'm wondering if we couldn't take cold patch, clean out the potholes from the crap, fill it up with cold patch, tamp it down good, would that hold up, or would we just get as far as in the winter and the freezing thaw and take it all
Did that
out?
last,
We've
the last time
been
they did
doing
that,
that.
right in front of my house, and they're right there again.
Go
Like I
back
said,
just as a
They just bust
temporary.
right back up.
Okay.
Somebody
And
even
it's sealed.
Somebody even put concrete in some of them, and it's still kicking it up.
Yeah,
The
that's,
bottom line is, Camelot is setting on a junk pile.
they're doing what?
It's setting on a junk pile. In other words, there's chemicals underneath it. And when they filled that in, to put Camelot in, they only had to do at the time, go 6 inches with clay. That was the top. Now, how long 6 inches of clay gonna last?
Well, notwithstanding that, sir, in my opinion, something needs done.
Oh, I agree with that, but the solution's gonna be hard to come to.
Well, it'll cost money.
Yeah,
Well,
everything's gonna cost.
you know,
money.
that's exactly right.
But
That's
I mean,
every
I'm not
improvement.
trying to defend Camelot, cause I have to agree there were some big holes, but they're probably saving kids' lives. And that should be number one priority. by making traffic go slow. You know what I'm saying? They're slowing traffic down by doing these things. You know? But
Well,
yeah,
that's interesting.
no, it's
Well, I
something to
appreciate-
think about.
I
mean,
greatly appreciate your
So
input.
far, we've been lucky, and the only basically real bad incident I have seen where I lived there is a car come around the far corner down on Kenworth and roll over. That's how fast they were going.
I'm not saying this would apply to you or not, or apply to anybody or not. Oftentimes, there's a reluctance of folks in a situation like this, that if, say, the owners were willing to repair this road, naturally,
Well, I
They're
think they're willing to repair them.
they're gonna turn the cost of that repair over to those that are renters.
That's right.
So
And that
sometimes folks would be reluctant to add that to their charges. So I think sometimes it comes down to, you know, what do we get for our money? Are we willing to do that? So I guess they're the questions we have to ask.
Bottom line.
But I don't live there and you do, and I'm gonna defer to your comments, because you're a resident there, I am not. I'm just here to see what can be done to try and help.
The bottom line is, no matter what you do with Camelot, they just automatically raise the rent anyhow. And if you don't like it, basically they tell you, there's the driveway.
I hear that a lot. Notwithstanding that,
And I tell you another thing, 99% of the people that live in Camelot is on welfare.
well, that may
They
be,
didn't know that either.
but sir, that may be.
Or retired.
Notwithstanding that,
Huh?
whether they're on welfare or whether they are not, I view them as fellow citizens and neighbors that deserve a safe road.
I agree.
Welfare is no matter to me if I'm not into that. I'm here about the road. Hey, having said that, folks, Michelle is audio and videotaping this,
That's fine.
and we'll post when she matures the tape. Mature doesn't mean edit. Then we'll post that on the Clinton County Watchdog site for all to review. Moreover, again, Steve, thanks for you and the commissioners, you, Madam Secretary, for receiving me. And then also, when I have a chat with Dan Allman, I don't do things of a private nature, although he and I are gonna talk privately. The results of that chat aren't gonna remain private. That's not what I do, so I'll release, the results of that chat on Clinton County Watchdog also to let the folks know what Mr. Allman has to say. Sorry to be so windy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, sir. You don't need to respond to this, you may. It seems to me, and this is more a question than a statement, doesn't like the boat commission and game wardens and such, they don't need a warrant or anything to come on anyone's property, do they?
I don't know. I'm listening to you.
I think that's so. So for example, like the boat commission that used to patrol the Susquehanna River, sometimes they still do. If they see a concern on the river, they don't need a warrant to go up and search, come into your property.
I didn't say anything about a warrant.
No, I know you didn't.
When it's gated, why can't you just stop at the office and ask?
I don't disagree with that. It would have been good if they'd have just knocked
I
on
think
the
that's in
door.
good faith. The office open,
I don't disagree with that.
but I've been cut down soil on this deal and I'm not happy. All I had to do was stop and ask, and that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, we're not cutting you down. And,
I was cut down pretty good on this stuff that I seen on, Clinton County Watchdog guys was showing me. I wasn't happy.
well, we're in agreement with you, at least Michelle and I are, that, folks are innocent until proven guilty. These are charges. The charges are a matter of public record. That doesn't mean the charges are true.
I know that.
So we're in agreement with that.
I know that.
Thanks, folks.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, Steve.
Chris, hello, you okay back there? All good. Good to go, thank you, welcome, appreciate it. Holly,
I was just here about the roads also, so.
okay, anything else you wanna add, or?
No, they just got worse since Dan became the maintenance man.
Okay.
Like, that's
Thank you,
our opinion.
thank you. And Denise,
No, Dennis.
no, Dennis, I'm sorry.
That's my daughter. Well, anyway, you're fine. I'm here about the sewer. You're for Bowling Township. How much is the rate now
Well, we
for
dropped
Bowling
it,
Township?
$70.
$70.
Then they're screwing us.
And then
Cause we're paying 75.
if you pay a year in advance, you save
Another month.
a month.
I'm saving money if they didn't take it.
We pay it monthly.
I lost $30 already this year. Cause I'm paying 75.
Were you on an automatic payment, or your billing was still 75, or?
Yeah, it's
Well,
still
it's bulk bill.
Well, they charge you up to $5.
$75 a
Oh,
month.
wait a minute,
It's
wait a
sewer.
minute. Yours is gonna be,
Camelot.
your
That's
Camelot.
bullshit.
No,
Wait,
the problem
let him
is,
finish, hang
Dennis,
on.
the mains over there are bad. And when the water table comes up, you put 100,000 gallon.
I
No.
realize that. I was explained that.
Let me take us back. I've already seen the meter at 150 gallon a minute coming out of the trailer court.
Right.
So when you average that all together, that would get you up. Am I correct?
There's an agreement with the authority in Camelot for surcharges based off of the 300 gallon a daily use per trailer that's in there right now. And they're billed a flat rate monthly based on $70. But once they are above that flow, they're billed a surcharge based at 50% of that rate. So whatever the flow would be per EDU times 35.
You have 30,000 gallon a day.
Last month was the first month they did not have a surcharge in quite some time, as I'd say probably a year.
They were down to 7 gallon a minute. That one.
So they may still be charging based off of that surcharge. That's out of our
But
hands,
if that,
but
wait a minute, if that's Bald Eagle Township, right?
correct.
I'm not shitting those $75 a month.
No, but Dan has his business running theirs.
If
And
they're
it ain't my-
passing
have
It
it,
ain't my fault the
trailers that
sewer
are
pipe is
empty.
bad, and I know they are, they're charged.
Commercial rated.
You know, the water, whatever rate there is, it runs down it. Cause there's a lot of them shot, especially King Arthur Drive, cause that was the first one in there.
Mhm.
if they're
Yeah.
shot, that's why the surcharge.
You guys got
agreement's
one
in
tank
place.
coming to the main
Right,
compared to everybody having an individual top coming to the main.
right, I realize that.
So the whole deal goes together, and this is probably how
It was still a lot better when they based it off the water years ago.
we can't do that anymore.
No, I realize that, but that's how it used to be. Cause the older people really get screwed.
But then it works the opposite too, working off your water. If you let the water run wide open,
Well, that's their fault,
that runs your bill up
right?
very high.
But I know when I first moved in there, that's how it was.
Mm-hmm.
Until, well, I don't know, how many years ago, when they changed it.
I would suggest if you want to discuss more, come to a sewer authority meeting, because this board doesn't regulate those rates. That is the last Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock here at the same
Okay.
location. So I'd say if you, unless you guys want to add, you guys are the supervisors, but.
Now, that's well said, and your point's well taken, and I always felt the same way. One point, I had 4 people in my family, they go to college, move away, and I'm one guy who's paying $75
Yeah,
to go to the bathroom, and a lot
why
of
is
people
Bald
in
Eagle
crowd.
Township so high compared to everybody else?
Bald Eagle Township just went down $5.
Well, yeah, $5, but I didn't get.
Everybody else is going
That's
up.
what he's explaining.
Yeah.
to you, but-
Yeah, I realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
In other
Everybody
words,
else
the guy
is-
who owns Camelot screwing it.
Everybody else's bills are starting to catch up.
Yeah, I heard Plumpton today.
Yeah, everyone.
Voting townships were so high because they kept rating because of mismanagement of the authority years ago.
Right,
Simple. as
yeah.
that.
All right, one other thing. I don't know if there's any ordinance about them trailers in Camelot. Some of them been sitting there 10 years, nothing in them.
Dan
They're
owns
sitting
them.
on the ground, they're shot.
That's why.
They can't even give them away.
That would be,
Dan owns
that
all
whole
them.
area there is private. It's owned by
There's
one or
gotta
two
be some kind of
individuals.
ordinance.
Yeah, but you almost think the
There's gotta be
township,
something.
they should be governed by the township. The township should have the authority to walk in there and say, hey,
Yeah,
either fix them or get them out. This is one of the problems. I mean, you guys are doing a good job. Like I said, election's coming up and I'll probably run again. I don't know why, but anyway. But this is the problem that they're having is that you people who are in charge aren't stepping in and say, listen, I just had to call an exterminator because I got rats instead of mice.
Oh,
And I never had rats before.
so there's a dump.
No, you see them running across the road from them trailers.
All right, well, we hear you, but it's not, again, we do not have an ordinance to that effect at present, and I appreciate you guys bringing it up. Sewer meeting is like.
Yeah, but don't you people have the authority to make ordinance?
You didn't listen earlier, I guess. I said it is in our planning commission right now that we are looking at ordinances, as this is a very, very diverse township. It's
Right.
different locations, and again, it is in the hand of our planning commission, and we understand and we hear you, and we're looking into it. That's what we're saying, so.
So
Again, we've been changing, and it's been evolving and growing, and, okay?
So approximately, just approximately, how long does it take to look into these ordinances?
Well, the next meeting is.
Seems to me, I've been to a few other meetings and the same thing was talked about. Who has the authority, and apparently so far, nothing's been done, we're still looking into them.
Well, I've been here now for 6 years.
I know how long you've been here.
Well, I don't remember you here ever bringing that up, Jim. I mean, honestly, it's just.
been brought up.
I don't ever recall you bringing it up. The answer I have to you is the next meeting is within a month. They have to go through a discussion. Everybody's not on the same page as you. Everybody has opinions, and we have to balance those out. As that goes, then it goes to our lawyer. They have to look and compare it to other ordinances, and then they have to comply and compile a new ordinance to that effect. They bring it up to a vote, they pass it there, then we have to take it and pass it here and enact it. That's, so long-term, speed line, 6 months, 9 months, okay? But it is front and center, better than it ever was. It is. And there's a lot of other issues beside the one you're speaking of. Okay? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving
Well, I
on.
got one more thing.
Okay, sorry.
Right when you come out for the Chinese restaurant in the Camelot, who owns that?
That belongs to Lowe's.
Huh?
It belongs to Lowe's.
Where the dip's at, where they filled up water.
Lowe's, and then it goes, actually, hold on a minute, Henry McCormick put that road in, King Orchard Drive.
Right.
Right.
But when Lowe's developed back there, they have a right of way to go up between Chinese restaurant and the bank to the boulevard.
Right.
And Lowe's has 2 accesses to their property back there.
Okay.
It's none of ours concern either.
All right.
It's all private.
Yeah.
In other words, everything's
Actually,
private on the boulevard, more or less, what you're saying.
No,
The boulevard's PennDOT.
it's state
Yeah,
highway,
Well, yeah, just the road. I mean, everything on both sides of it.
private property.
It's all private.
Yes, sir. A private
Except
highway.
the Draketown Road going into,
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
there,
they're
right
like
there.
road.
that's Township Road.
All right.
It's convoluted, it is. It's great. It's old, it's an old township, and it's all different.
Okay.
It's tough, it really is. I mean, your points are well taken and they're good questions. Okay, approval of the minutes. Yes, sir.
No, my name is on there.
No.
I have something I wanna ask.
Okay,
Speed limit sign in front of my property. I'm a little tired of mowing around it. I'd like to see if we could move it about 15 feet this way. And the other thing is, the shoulder below my mailbox keeps washing out and I can't hold stone in it. And it's about that deep right now. And they don't never do nothing with it. Some time ago, they did put a little bit of coal patch in there. It was holding good, but it's washing again.
okay. Okay, yeah, answer the first question. Can we move it right away off of the road to,
No, he wants to move, stop, he wants to move speed limit sign 15 feet.
the speed limit?
Yeah,
Where do you wanna move it?
Towards the school, about down by the electric pole. Then
They're supposed to be so many feet apart, but I don't know if there's one above your property.
I don't think there is.
Well, if there isn't, then it could be moved back,
No, I think that's the last one.
and it's 25,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're on the stone or the pavement? You're on the pavement, right? You're on the paved road, right? You're not on
Yeah.
the stone, right?
Yeah.
I don't see why they can't move that.
I mean, I'm thinking it's about 15 feet to put it in front of that utility pole, and then I don't have to mow around it.
You want me to check an order?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
We will look into it, Pete.
And like I say, the shoulder deal there, I don't know whether they could take some of the coal pipes off the pile and fix that, cause when we get a hard rain, it's the only time it's an issue. Cause it runs down across there pretty, most of the water from up there goes across the road above me, down the other side. There's a pipe under the
Yeah.
road. Okay,
Okay, we'll look into it, buddy. Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else? Go ahead, sorry, what's your name?
Tracy.
Hi,
Yeah.
Stacy.
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy.
I just have a question about signs along Route 150 and whether, like, who's in charge of deciding whether a sign could be put
Can
in.
you please speak up just a little
Oh,
bit?
Question about signs along Route 150.
Okay.
A hidden driveway sign is what I'm wondering about. Who decides about stuff like that?
Route 150 is PennDOT.
PennDOT.
They
Okay,
regulate,
so-
yeah, and if I could get your information, I could forward you information of who you should contact.
Okay,
I don't
great.
have that on me right now, but I can get it to you.
Thank you.
What's your last name?
Grabiak, it's G as in Gary, R-A-B as in boy, I-A-K.
See me after the meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Get her address. Anyone else?
That brings up another question.
No, you had your chance, Pete. Moving on. You're not on the list. No more baloney. Come on, what do you want?
All these signs on the fence there at the ramp, do these people get permits, have them up there? I thought we had an ordinance.
That's low.
Huh?
That's low.
Right on the fence.
Going up to 220.
Yeah,
The fence are up from sheets.
yeah, the
Yeah.
fence and
Those
sheets.
sheets still use. Who's is it?
Almost
That should be
be
a
on
right
the
of way.
property. I don't know.
That should be a right of way, that should be PennDOT.
Still in the township.
What kind of signs are they?
Oh, Buck's Excavating Paving has two hanging up there, and I forget what other one.
You gotta get a part-time job, Pete. You're not, ever since you retired, that way too much time to do it. We'll look into it. I don't know, yeah, you know, it's not owned by them because they tried to sell it.
Permit issue to have
Yeah.
signs,
Yeah.
'cause I did hear years ago, got in trouble with Mr. Smith, cause he used to set his on sawhorses, and they might be blowing out on the road.
That fence right there is PennDOT right away. PennDOT probably not gonna like them signs there because they just had an article a couple months ago on, putting signs on there right away. They don't like it. And they remove them. That was in that Township News magazine.
Yeah, PSATs.
Hey, been there quite a while, ain't moving yet. Right, bud?
All right.
No, noted. We'll look at PSATs. That's, okay, we need a approval of the minutes for June 18th regular meeting. Additions or corrections?
June 17th.
70.
What did I say?
18.
Oh, I'm sorry. I picked between it. I saw the 17th and the 28th.
Make a motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion, or yeah, meeting approval of the minutes for June 28th, special meeting.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, finance report.
We got our lump sum mercantile tax check this month. You can see the increase in the ticket account. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Good.
Any questions?
Any questions? Not, need a motion to approve the finance report.
Make a motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Check disbursement for the period of June 18th through July 15th.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me, motion carries. Old business. Wawa development. Where's that? You have
There was correspondence back and forth as we're expecting it from PennDOT to Wawa as far as the traffic impact study. PennDOT's going to just be giving their feedback based off of what they want to see in the study to Wawa till it becomes what PennDOT wants. So it's going to go back and forth quite a few times till it is exactly what PennDOT wants to see. We're being kept in the loop of that. We really don't have any say throughout the process of it. PennDOT has their engineers that study that. But there's no sign that Wawa is not continuing. Last month we did get confirmation from their lawyer that they are absolutely moving forward with it. So if there's any questions on that.
What I would like to add is that the initial letter from PennDOT was pretty lengthy and detailed, and there were some rumors that floated that Wawa was going to pull out. They are addressing the issues. It is down to probably 25% of what the initial regulations were that they've worked out, and they're just down to 4 or 5 items with some contingencies along the way. It was pretty detailed in my realm of work over the years, but like I said, their lawyer spoke to us, and they're addressing them one at a time, and it certainly looks like within the next year or so, Wawa is on the way. That's what we have. Thank you. Any questions or any concerns? Okay. We have Take 5 development.
No update. They've been quiet.
They've been quiet. They did take down the ATM off the boulevard. They have approval, so we're anticipating at some time that'll break, and it'll be fast and furious as well. Intermunicipal agreement.
For those unfamiliar, this is the agreement that the township and the sewer have with the city of Lock Haven. They proposed a new agreement. Since last meeting, our engineer reviewed it, and he suggests not moving forward with any renewal because it's not necessarily in our favor. And it does extend till 2044, so there's really no reason to renew. But there's supposed to be a meeting with all the entities that are involved, which include Woodward Township, Casamia, everybody that feeds into the City of Lock Haven treatment facility. So that's just probably gonna hang on old business till that's resolved one way or another.
Okay. D, code enforcement, property maintenance ordinance. These are ordinance, again, that it's funny we've hit on this, that we're ahead of the curve, behind the curve, but we are looking into this stuff. We are talking about it. We do have numerous, and you'll see a couple of them coming up, that more other issues and items that people would like addressed, just so you know. Marissa, I don't know if you want to add anything to that, or Kenny? Or... Okay. New business, number 9. Avery Dennison Project Horizon.
Project Horizon here is it's a proposed staging area for Avery Dennison expansion. It falls under what would be requiring our land development ordinance, and the planning commission reviewed it last month. Didn't see any issues with it because they're really not adding anything new. They're more just relocating, kind of playing Tetris with their facility because they are limited with their space. The planning commission did contingently approve it with the township's engineer, and then once the township engineer reviews it, he'll bring it to this board, and then the board. I followed up with the township engineer on this, and he should have it by next month. So this should be more discussed.
Detailed,
yeah,
yeah.
more detail next month.
Good. Okay, B, another hot item for the township, and lots of things that we're addressing is roosters, and we have them. We had a complaint about roosters. We sent a letter trying to address it. It was addressed for a period of time. Then, probably 6 months later, we got another complaint. We turned it over to our attorney. He sent a letter. Apparently there were additional roosters added, so now it is being turned over to the last strike. We went through the steps of protocol. We turned it over to the zoning officer to issue citations and move forward. Not the way we want it done, but that's such is life. employee reviews. It's time for employee reviews for Brock Gallagher and Derek Karras. Those raises we have not had the opportunity to discuss it. I think we all are on the same page that everybody, they do a great job. We have two fantastic workers, hard workers, and they're both very good employees, and they're probably gonna get what we have allotted in our budget, a 6% pay raise for the year. We will keep you posted on that. We haven't had a chance to sit down together, and it will be discussed and move forward. If there's any changes, I will be more than happy to discuss them with you. Okay. Executive session, I don't believe we have anything unless you guys do. That said, welcome everybody. Thank you for your spirited input. Mr. Remy?
Just 30 seconds, if I may, Mr. Tiselli. I want to compliment you good folks for receiving us so warmly. I mean that sincerely. For your openness and your candor, and I'm really grateful. Not everyone sees that in their political subdivision or their township, and I'm so pleased to see it here. I suspected, Steve, that's exactly what we would get. Wanted to make strong mention of it, and I thank you, good folks.
Thank you for those kind comments. And we do try. You know, there's a lot of, everybody has opinions, and again, this is a diverse township. It really is. It's a difficult township because of all those things. You know?
And I think, if I may say, you're succeeding. Bald Eagle Township, similar to Pine Creek and Wayne, growth, development, business growth, industry growth, and pretty nice neighborhood. So it's more than just words. You good folks are doing a good job, and I wanted to say so.
It's this board and our employees and this secretary, they do a fine job.
Got a great team.
Our fire department, and we've tried to have better open communications with everybody. Our residents, we welcome them, we listen. We can't always comply with everything everybody wants, but we try, and we're here for a purpose, and the purpose is to serve our constituents, and we all feel that way. We really do, and we believe it. We live here.
And
that's
it
what
shows,
people sometimes fail to realize. We live here.
I know you come across sincere and heartfelt. The results are really good, and I'm grateful to see it. It's American government at its best, and I wanted to, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes,
Appreciate it. Michelle, same thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie.
Okay, you guys, there's no further business. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor, aye. Motion carries.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, I already know it.